See, this promotion may be given in two different categories. One is seniority based promotion, second one is merit based promotion. So what is seniority based promotion? If suppose if an employee is working for more than 10 years, and if suppose if there is a opening for the manager, so he will get promoted because of his experience and because of seniority in the company. He will get a chance to become a manager. That is one way. And second one is merit. What is meritorious? See, meritorious is nothing but in meritorious promotion, company will not consider seniority. They will consider only the skill and knowledge of the employee. There might be an employee who is having very good skill and knowledge. Within few years, within 2 3 years, he might become manager. So there are two types of promotions. One is seniority based, one is merit based. But there are some advantages in merit based and there are some advantages in seniority based promotion. If suppose if a company is promoting the employee based on the seniority, then what will happen? Definitely employees will come to know that after few years he is going to get the promotion. So he will not enhance his skills. He will not update his knowledge because he know very well that after few years anyway he is going to get the promotion. So this is the big disadvantage in seniority based promotion. But there is a very big advantage in seniority based promotion. What will happen if the company is promoting ex- through seniority wise promotion? Attrition rate will be very less. What is attrition rate? Attrition rate is nothing but employees leaving the company or resigning the job. Because if suppose if the employee comes to know that hey, within few years or after 5 years or 10 years he is going to get a promotion, definitely he will not leave the job and he will try to finish 5 years or 10 years, whatever it may be, to get the promotion. So attrition rate will become minimal or it will be actually to become zero in seniority based promotion. What is what will happen in meritorious based promotion? In merit based promotion, there is an advantage as well as disadvantage. First thing I will explain about the advantages of meritorious based promotion. If suppose if a guy is very skilled guy, talented guy, and knowledgeable guy, within 2 years or 3 years he will get promoted. What will happen if suppose if he is getting promoted because of his skill and knowledge, others in the company will also try to learn the skills and knowledge to get promoted to the next level as soon as possible. These are the two advantages of merit based promotion. What are the disadvantages of merit based promotion? In merit based promotion, if suppose if a young guy has got a promotion within few years, do you think he will get support from the subordinates? Definitely no. He will not get any support from his subordinates or from his workers because the workers feels that the guy was working with us till yesterday. Now he is controlling us. So the productivity will come down because they will not do the work up to their mark because they know very well that only on merit you'll get promoted. If there is no merit, definitely is not going to get promoted. So what will happen now? Attrition rate will increase in merit-based promotion, and there will be lack of communication between the employees. Senior junior issue will happen in merit-based promotion. This is called promotion. Third important types of internal recruitment is recommendations. Recommendations from internal employees. What is recommendation from internal employees? See, internal, if suppose any vacancy arises in the company, it is called IJP. In the corporate world, they will call it as IJP. IJP is nothing but internal job posting. So what the HR will do at the beginning of the, once they come to know there is a vacancy in the company, immediately they will float the mail to all the employees of the company, internal job posting mail, IJP mail. So if suppose, so what will happen if suppose a employee relation or a brother or sister is looking for a job, then he will, the employee will approach the HR and he will recommend for his brother or friend or relative. This is called recommendations. So vacancies may be filled by internally based recommendations made by the existing employees of the concern. A family member, relatives, or friends of an employee may be considered for appointment. As such, candidates are recommended by the existing employees. It is safe to employ them. So, if suppose if they are recruiting any manpower through reference or recommendations, then they will not follow the 15 steps initially what we have discussed in recruitment. They will follow only few steps because they know very well about the conduct of this employee through the existing employee. So that is one advantages of recommendations from internal employees. So now we have discussed internal recruitment. Internal recruitment is divided into three categories. First one is transfer, second one is promotion, third one is recommendations from internal employees. Now we move on to external requirement. External requirement is further subdivided into six categories. First one is advertisement. Nowadays, advertisement plays a very vital role in modern world. See, you might have seen the advertisements. We are hiring vacancy and all. Okay. What is advertisement? A job advertisement is a print or electronic notification of intent to hire someone to perform specific work in a position at a company or organization. Employers use a job advertisement to request applications from the public or targeted candidates. So advertisement is one of the common recruitment process done by almost all the companies. In the advertisement, what are the basic things usually specified are nature of the work, nature of the vacancy, whether they are hiring for a temporary basis or for a permanent posting. Qualification, what is the qualification required for this particular job? And experience, if any experience is there, if suppose if they are looking for experience, then what is the year of experience they are looking? Minimum 3 years, minimum for 3 years or 5 years, whatever it may be. Salary and other prerequisites offered. What is salary is nothing but total cost to company. They will mention everything in the advertisement. So what is the salary they are going to offer? The mode of applying. The mode of applying is nothing but there are a lot of modes. Online mode. Nowadays, online mode is the majority of the company using only online mode. Other than online mode, application through postals or direct walking. There are three types of modes. Then the time within which the candidate has to apply. Which means from the date of advertisement. From the date of advertisement, 30 days. Within 30 days, you have to apply. This is the condition by the employer. So this is called advertisement. So advertisement is nowadays plays a vital role in almost all the segments, not only in HR but also in all the segments. Without advertisement, it is very difficult to withstand in the market. Second one is employment exchange. That is government employment exchange. In India, there are two employment exchanges are there as far as government is concerned. One is run by the state government, one is central government. So, what is government employment exchange? Employment exchange function under the government control of the government. They register the name of the job seekers and also maintain their biodata. They provide these details to any employer who approaches them. In government employment exchange, first preference will be given to seniority based requirement. See what the government will do once you pass your once you got your BBA degree, you have to register your degree in state employment exchange in Tamil Nadu. Once you register your degree in state employment exchange, they will call based on the seniority. Based on the seniority, the government will give preference. Second thing, there are a lot of private companies who wants to hire fresh graduates or graduates with minimum years of experience, and they will contact the government employment exchange. In turn, government employment exchange will give the data to those employees who approach them. So in government employment exchange, first preference will be given to seniority based requirement. This is called government employment exchange. Now you see what is the third one is the next one is private consultancy. See, you might have heard about Naukari.com, Monster, Mafoi Consultancy, Manpower Consultancy, Airflux, Kalam, Taniyar, Velaivaippu Aluvalagam. These are private consultancies who are also doing a consultancy job for the job seekers as well as the recruiters. In fact, this private employment consultancy will act as an intermediate between the employer and the employees. So candidates who are looking for the job will approach the consultancy and register their names and details with the consultancy. Consultancy will charge some registration fee to process the application. On the other hand, employers having vacancies in their organization may also approach these consultancies who may help them by finding suitable candidates. They do this work for a consultancy fees. This is what I said earlier. This private employment consultancy is almost act like an intermediate between the job seeker and the recruiter. They will collect registration fee or some moderate fees from the job seeker, and they will also get some fees from the recruiters based on the requirement need of the company and based on the job seekers intention. They will assign or they will allocate the employees or they allocate the candidates to the needy companies. So this is called private employment exchange. Next one is very interesting, campus interview. What is campus interview? Everyone knows, you guys know very well what is campus interview. Many companies, this is colleges and universities, this is also happening regularly in our college. So many companies visit colleges and universities every year and interview the students who are in the final year of the study. So mostly the campus interview will happen at the final year of the study. The faculty may also be involved in this process. Those students who are found to be deserving may be given placement by the employers in their concern. The students will be appointed on completion of their degree courses. Students studying such courses as BCom, BBA, MBA, MCA, actually, etc. usually have the benefits of campus interviews. So you understood that? See, campus interview is nothing but the private companies, big companies, corporate companies will visit the colleges and the universities in the month of February or March, and they will conduct a small test or online test or whatever may be. They will conduct a small test. Based on that, they will select the candidates, they select the students What the student is selected, they will provide them the appointment only after completing his degree. This is called a campus interview. Nowadays, campus interview is happening in most of the colleges. Next one is rival firms. What is rival?